Hello dear students, today we are going to begin our new chapter 3, Kinds of Nouns. In this chapter we will learn about common and proper nouns, abstract and concrete nouns, countable and uncountable nouns and collective nouns. So let's begin. As we know, a noun is a naming word used to name living beings, places, things, ideas and feelings. So nouns are the words which tells us about the name of a living being, places, things, ideas and feelings. Now let us learn about its various kinds. So first kind is common noun. Second, proper noun. Third, abstract noun. Fourth, concrete noun. Fifth, countable noun. Sixth, uncountable noun. And seventh, collective nouns. Okay, these are the main kinds of nouns. So we will begin with the first one, common and proper nouns. So what are common nouns? A common noun names any person, place, thing or idea. Since it does not name a specific or particular person, place, thing or idea, it does not begin with a capital letter. So common nouns are the common name of people, place, thing or idea. But a proper noun names a specific person, place, thing or idea and always begins with a capital letter. As you can see the example also. In this table you can see the proper nouns. And in this table you can see the common nouns. Common nouns are beginning with the small letters. No, these are beginning with the small letter, but in the proper noun all are beginning with the capital letter. So see the first example, writer. Writer, here a person is given, but which writer, which kind of writer we don't know. So it is a common noun, writer. But if we write about Shakespeare, so Shakespeare is a famous person and only one person known as the writer. So it is a proper noun. Next, school. School is a name of place, but which school is not specified. But if we are talking about Rosewood International School, it is the special name of a school. It is a proper noun. Next, book. Book is a name of thing, but which book we don't know. So it is a common book. It can be any book. So it will come in common noun. Second, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It is a proper noun because we are getting the proper name of a book, that we are talking about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Next is idea of independence. Independence can be of any kind. But if we are talking about Indian Independence Day, then we are talking about the specific place and specific idea, that we are talking about Indian Independence Day. Okay. Next we are coming to the abstract and concrete noun. What are abstract nouns and what are concrete nouns? Abstract nouns name ideas, feelings, qualities or feelings that cannot be seen or touched. Abstract nouns cannot be touched or seen. But concrete nouns name things that we can see or touch. These we can touch, but abstract noun we cannot touch. And concrete noun register on our senses. Okay, these register on our five senses, like with eyes we can see, with tongue we can touch, with skin we can feel. Okay, on our five sense organs it makes an effect. So let's see the examples here. Example of abstract noun: idea, knowledge, love, beauty. These all things we cannot see and we cannot touch by with our hands, we cannot touch it. Okay. And in the concrete noun, like sand we can touch and hold in our hands, book we can touch and see, Silk we can see, flowers we can see or touch or feel them, no, or we can smell the flowers. Clear? So coming to the next one, countable and uncountable nouns. What are countable nouns? Simply you can identify with the names. Countable means that we can count, uncountable that we cannot count. So countable nouns refer to things and distinct individual units which can be counted. Okay, so countable nouns can be counted, and uncountable nouns refer to things that cannot be counted because they exist as a whole and it cannot be cut into parts. We cannot cut the uncountable nouns, okay, but countable nouns we can cut in the parts, or we can divide in the parts. First one example, table, finger, pencil, award, candidate. And the example of uncountable nouns, anger, light, warmth, courage, education. I hope it is clear till here. So coming to the next one, collective nouns. What are collective nouns? We can identify with the name also. Collective means collection of nouns. So collective nouns are the words for a group of people, animals or things. It is the group of people, animals or things. They use as a singular verb when they act in a unified manner to represent one group. Okay? They are used as a singular verb when they are used to represent one group. They use a plural verb when they act as individuals. When they are used as plural verb, they act as individual. So example, the class is well disciplined. So in the class there are so many children. So it is used as a plural verb here, and we are plural form, but we are using the singular verb. Okay, the class is well disciplined. Our team prays before every match. Give me the bouquet of flowers. Clear? So here we can understand that when they use a plural verb, they use a plural verb when they act as individual, and when they act as plural, they use a singular verb. Clear? See some more examples of this. A battalion of soldiers, a troop of soldiers, a troop of dancers, a troop of performers, a troop of actors, a company of actors, a crowd of people, a multitude of people, a congregation of worshippers, a class of children, a host of angels, a faculty of academics, a board of directors, a panel of doctors, a team of players, a babel of barbers, a gang of robbers, a staff of employees. So beta, these collective nouns you have to learn. Okay, in this table you have to learn these all collective nouns. And if you have any doubt in nouns, in countable, uncountable, proper, common, abstract and concrete noun, you can ask me anytime. Okay. Now try to solve these worksheets by yourself, and if you get any doubt, you can ask me.